Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Intuitive Insights. I'm Scott Yates. I would like to thank the 300 plus new subscribers that I got recently. Once again, thanks to Janine Moirgeau for tweeting out my video and putting it on Telegram. Janine, thank you very much. And joining me today for a new show that we've decided to call Laura Would Like to Know is Laura Greenwood. Laura, would you like to say hello?
Hi, everybody. It's so good to be here and back with Scott. I have to tell you, Scott, you had me here last week. I felt so happy afterwards. I mean, it was so much fun to do this with you, and I just really thank you for the opportunity. The next day, I was seeing the great comments that your viewers left and supporting, and it just made my day. It made my week. So thank you for having me back, and I'm glad you decided to make it a regular thing because I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, you were a big hit. That first show we did together got lots of views, and people just love you. So it's my pleasure to have you back, and we'll be doing these twice a week, I think. So it'll be fun. Okay,
yeah, that's the plan.
Let's get started, Laura. What would you like to know?
Well, what I did was I set this up a little bit like last week. First of all, let's just talk about a little bit of confirmation of what we see and know. And last week, and I've got a laugh that I'll share with everybody about this. Last week, I asked about Tonga, and you got some information on that. That it was a black hat operation, and the white hats had mitigated or kept it from being as bad as they wanted. And then 3 days later, Janine, our hero, Janine, she did a read on that and got the same thing. And here's what it made me laugh. It was so great. Some people that don't have better things to do have given Janine grief about pronouncing words certain ways. And because of her pronouncing Tonga right now, I know how to. So thank you, Janine. You showed me how to pronounce something. So anyway, it was your turn to pass the baton and get a chance to instruct. And I do appreciate that. And again, as we said, both Scott and I love you. We've both taken your classes online and couldn't say enough nice things about you, no matter what. So thank you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was pretty happy about that, and I get nervous when I see that she's gonna do the same story I did, and sometimes they don't match up, and maybe because something's changed, or maybe the way we ask the question, I don't know, but yeah, I was very happy to see that too.
The one thing I know with both of you is that you both set your ego aside and let the universe talk to you. Now, whether that is just some people, that's, I think, because the universe can be so literal. That's why some people end up thinking that tarot cards are just your subconscious. But, whatever it is, I trust you both to set your ego aside, even if you have a personal opinion, and don't influence the cards, and let the universe speak on the matter. And then we just try to see what it has to say. Now, I wanted to do a quick disclaimer. This is for entertainment. Please remember that. Neither of us claim to be financial, medical, health, or legal experts, although we may talk about subjects that, fall in those domains. So take this for entertainment, and I can just about guarantee you there'll be more accuracy in what you hear in the next 20, 30 minutes than you're going to get on the mainstream news. Okay, so Scott, one of the first things I wanted to know about, hang on just a second. Okay, let's see if I can share this. And please be patient, people, because I'm not an expert, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, so this week, Huggies put out a new commercial.
Okay,
yeah, Huggies put out a new commercial, and there's nothing worrisome about the commercial, okay? It's a 30-second commercial. But if you notice, I've got a screenshot that as this little baby in the commercial is chewing on his fist, like babies will do, they've put this little not edible notice on there. There was speculation in the truth-seeking community that maybe the white hats were having a little bit of fun with us. And I call this the mischief part of, so I'm coming up with a mischief thing here. I would want to know, I would like the cards to tell us, in the making of this commercial, was this really a signal from the white hats, as some people have speculated it might be?
Wow, yeah, that's pretty incredible. So what, the baby's got a chew toy or something?
No, he's just chewing on his fist. It's just a cute little baby
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
Huggies diaper, and it's a Huggies commercial. It's 30-some seconds, and you can find it on YouTube. But as you know, I usually just share a screenshot
Yeah,
to
no,
show what
that's
I'm talking about.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, not edible, huh? That does certainly sound like a message, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. Okay, well, let's take a look. Oh, yeah, this is clearly. In fact, if it's okay, I want to show these cards. So I'm going to turn these around. I'm going to tilt my camera down. You tell me if you can see it okay.
Yeah, you've got all the cards in the spread showing great.
Okay, so here we have the Alliance. Their love of children. You see this? This is children. This is babies.
Let's call them little ones.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, this is for the love of the little ones. And this is coming from the highest higher dimensions, because this is the challenge. We don't want any bad things happening to them.
Our little ones are precious.
For the love of the children, this is a message that's being sent out, letting people know that the white hats are here to save the children. It doesn't get much clearer than this, especially this, the love of the children.
Yes. And once again, as I did last week, thank you, Alliance, for all you do for us. No matter where you're located, your efforts are appreciated. And sometimes your humor is too.
But I'm shocked at just how clear they really wanted this. I mean, it's obvious, right, from that screenshot that you showed, that this is what they're telling the dark. What do we call it?
Let's just say dark side.
That cult, that dark cult. They're telling them the little ones are now off the menu.
Good. And I think there may be some messaging happening for the rest of us. And so this is going to be the next thing I would like to know, okay? And again, just hang on as I change my share screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you see that picture?
I watched this series. I watched this series, and I thought it was really good.
Okay, well, this is from Sweet Tooth, which is it's only got one season so far on Netflix. And again, rumor has it that this series is kind of been promoted or boosted by the white hats to get those of us that are awake, and maybe possibly even some of who I call the normies, ready for the idea that unfortunately, because of some terrible actions we've had through no fault of their own, some of our little ones are hybrids. And could you tell me, what I would like to know, can the cards confirm that? Was the purpose of this series also to get people to start to accept such a different appearance in little ones, to love them and want to protect them regardless? Because I sure hope it is.
So, Laura, do you remember when they set up the hospital tents in Times Square, and there were rumors that there were children being brought up from underground?
Oh yeah,
And
I even watched some military people heading down and saying for the children. And
yeah,
man, I was hoping we were about to go public then.
well,
But
well,
the
do you
important thing was to
remember?
get those kids to safety.
Yeah, but do you remember a photograph that showed like the side of the head of I'm not sure if it was somebody they think that was brought up from underground, and it looked like it had like pig ears or pig features. It looked like a
Let's say
chimera. It looked like. Do you remember
he or
that?
she, not an it. I didn't see it,
Yeah.
but let's refer to this little one as he or she,
Well,
because people,
I said it because when you don't
yeah,
know the sex of something, it's okay to say it. Okay.
okay,
Um,
in the South it is, and that's where you're originally from. So
okay.
anyway,
So
let's see what the
yeah.
cards have to say.
So we're asking, is it true that there are humans that have been mixed hybrids? They're called chimeras with animals. That's
Well, you
that's an
could start
interesting.
there. Yeah.
Or what was it? What was your original? What would you like to know, Lauren? Since this
Well,
is your.
well, let's establish it from there, and then let's go on to asking specifically about this show.
Oh, right. That's right. Right. Okay, so yeah, we're going to ask you: is it true that they have mixed human DNA?
And we have hybrids that need some love and nurturing.
Okay. So let's see. Got the magician and the king of cups. Oh, so that means it is true.
Yeah.
Okay, because the magician comes up in the place of the challenge, so it is the opposite of the magician. So that saying is true, and it's been this is information that's been kept under undercover, but it's changing. It's been ended. Okay, and once again, I would like to. I really need to come up with a better way to, but I really like showing people the spread.
I do too.
Okay, so the magician here it comes up as the opposite, and so instead of it being something that's untrue, it's true. And it's true that this was a closely guarded secret, but
Well,
it's come to an end
no, it's
now.
not. We're talking about it.
It's yeah, it has been brought to an end. They are no longer, because they were farming. It's what they were doing. They were farming these
Oh, that's
individuals,
terrible.
and and the empress, the mother, like the the higher self mother, has put an end to, for the sake of all mothers, really. And by the way, look who's in charge, Mr. T and the
Yay.
Alliance.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this was a military. The military was what went in and did this and put an end to this. So yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, if you'll give them a shuffle so they're randomized, then
yeah.
what I would like to know next is was the purpose of Sweet Tooth to start to get our culture ready for this information? And by the way, Alliance, thank you for rescuing those children, but I hope you're getting some grandmas on board to snuggle them and read them bedtime stories. And I know one that would be happy to do it. So just thought I'd put that out there.
While I'm shuffling, I want to make a comment on something. So yeah, I watched that series, and there were a lot of signals in there. I can't remember specifically, but in the first episode, I believe they show you a nursery with many different hybrids in the neonatal ward, and almost immediately on a Telegram channel that I follow, somebody posted a screenshot from the film as as if it were real, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at that! Look at these! This is real!" And I'm like, "Come on, people!" So what I'm asking all my truther friends out there, before you share information, vet it, okay? Make sure that it's not just something like that, because we are truthers. And I really don't like that. I don't even like using that term anymore, because so many fake truthers are out there, or truthers who don't really investigate what it is they're claiming is true.
Right, right. Well, I call myself a truth seeker, because if you call me a conspiracy theorist, I'm just going to tell you, no, I'm actually simply a truth seeker. And
Yeah.
I've challenged people to say, tell me one conspiracy theory that has been absolutely, definitively proven false. There is not one, not one. Now, there have been many that were declared false, and many that were given so much grief that you were sorry you even mentioned it, but not truly proven false. So I want to encourage everybody to keep an open mind and an open heart as we discuss these things, and sort through it like you do your laundry, okay? So have stuff that you take absolutely as true. Then there's going to be a pile of stuff that you think is possible. And then there's going to be a pile of stuff that you think, oh, there is no way in heck that that is true. And let me tell you from experience, you end up taking stuff out of that pile as you learn more. But keep an open mind and open heart as we talk about things, look into it a little more and see what you find out. Okay, thank you, Scott. And
All right.
let's see what the cards have to say, because I would like to know if Netflix was a signal or just serendipity.
Okay, so this is information coming out. That's what the Six of Swords is. Swords are words and information. And so that's exactly what this is. This is putting out information in a unique way, because this is Netflix. You wouldn't expect to get, truth information from Netflix. And it's something that is shocking for a lot of people, and it's a way of healing too.
Yeah.
It's a way of healing, and we know that it's going to cause a lot of grief for people. But once you have this information, then you can start to heal from it. You can accepting it, and we can move on as a human race. But definitely with this Six of Swords, this is information that's coming out in a unique way.
Okay. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. Wasn't quite sure what we'd come up with. That's why I wanted you to take a shuffle and see. Well, I'd like to stop here and just mention something about supporting this channel. Okay. Scott is newly retired from teaching, and this is his sole means of support. I'm fortunate. I have an income stream that isn't dependent on this. Once again, I'm just an unpaid guest having fun with you. And in the spirit of what the 17 posts were all about, where they, I wanted to be the person on here that says, I'm doing this because I'm awake. And if I can help other people either get a little more awake or be more comfortable with being awake, that's what I'm here for. Okay. So Scott needs to be supported. And thanks to all the new viewers, courtesy of Janine and then people's just desire for truth. and positivity. I hear your bookings are you're still taking them, but they're pushed out a little bit because you're pretty well booked. And you do have some PayPal information, right?
Yeah.
So, and it should be in the links below here. There's one that has my name on it. And just to let you know, if you make a donation to that PayPal account, I simply send it on to Thailand to Scott. In fact, I said more than 100% because I cover the MoneyGram charges to get it to him. And maybe a little more. So let me just say, if you don't want a booking or can't afford one, but you'd like to support Scott's effort, I asked him a little bit about the cost of living in Thailand this week. And here's some amounts you could send, and let me tell you what they would buy in Thailand. Scott's weekly rent, although he pays by the month, but with 52 weeks in the year, his rent is $35 a week. So if you'd like to make a $35 donation, you're going to be paying for the roof over his head for a week. If you'd like to do a month, it's $150. And Scott, the first person that does $150 for you to cover that rent, I'll match it. Okay? Yeah, wow. The first person, not all of them, just the first one.
Yeah, but still, that's very kind of you, Laura.
Getting a little smaller in amounts here because, I've been on a budget in my life. I know how that goes. You want to do something, but you think I can't do much. Scott's electricity, which is required to be online here, is about $2.50 a day. So if you'd like to make a $2.50 donation, that's going to give them a day's worth of electricity on average for the year. Then if you simply donate $1, that's going to take care of his internet costs for about 3 days. Okay, or $12 a month. So there's some good amounts for you. $35, $150, $250, a simple dollar, and or any amounts appreciated. And I know even as humble as Scott's circumstances still are, he's paying that forward and helping other people. Okay, so he's in it to make a living, not to make a killing and not to get rich. And I really do appreciate that. So yeah, and wanted to share that with people and give them some options that weren't, a $50 booking, just so they'd have some options.
Thanks a lot, Laura. That's a nice way you did it there. And I want to make something clear. If you can't afford a reading from me, and if you have some serious issue in your life that you would like some answers on, please email me. Put it in the subject. Pro bono, a pro bono request. And if it's something that I feel, that I can help you with, and I will, okay? Because yes, this is my job and I need to make a living at it, but I'm also here to help people, okay? So I want to help people who can't afford it as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that was said very well, Scott. So the next item, and probably the last one, because I want to kind of keep our time to where people don't mind investing in our shows. Right. I would like to mention, well, first of all, let's talk about where we won't go, okay? We had some people that wanted some investigation through the tarot cards into the character of some of the people that are called truth seekers, that are on alt media sites, things like that. And while we might talk about them, and hopefully we won't slip up too often and say that there's been a mistake or something like that, here's the truth, guys. No one is 100% right, even if they have the best of intentions, because there's so much disinformation out there. And some of it's deliberate because, hey, we're in a silent war, okay? And nobody's 100% wrong, even if they have bad intentions. The days of sitting in front of Walter Cronkite for 30 minutes and getting 30 minutes of truth or, news you could trust is pretty well gone. And hopefully those days are coming back and we'll be a small part of that. But we're not there yet. So you have to sift through the information. When it resonates with you and it sounds right, give it some credence. And if it doesn't, set it aside, mull it over more, but don't call someone bad, because you know what? Some of that disinformation is coming out to save lives, to keep other actions from getting noticed. Some of that disinformation is happening just from simple human error when people mean the best things in the world. Some of it, they've been asked to do that to help the White Hats. And unfortunately, occasionally it happens because someone has had something happen like MK Ultra. Okay. We're going to take the high road. We're going to set the gold standard for how we talk about other people that are trying to get out truthful information that are in the alt media. We're going to go on the assumption that everybody's trying to do it the best they can. Use your discretion if you think they're not. Don't support the ones that are monetized that you don't have full trust in. Okay. And another thing too is I do screen shares of the information or the things I'm going to ask about. That doesn't mean that I am giving someone my, gold seal of approval. It just simply means that I found a screenshot that I could share with you to bring up a topic. So it may be someone that I have only visited once or twice. So it doesn't mean that I visit them daily. Okay, so enough of that.
Very good.
Good that it's enough of that. I'm sorry. All right. Well, the last thing I wanted to share is and hang on just a second and I will try to share the screen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. One of the odd places I go to daily is checking in on the real-time radiation world map. And as you can see down here in the Vancouver area, there's some red. Okay, now I have another shot where it's closer. I got curious about that. I got concerned about it. And so I did a close-up. And since I've shown you where I found it, maybe you can find it too. Okay, so it is in the Vancouver area, in Victoria. And it's at the 500. There was, at the time I first noticed this, no other red spot in the country. I was hoping to see if I would notice a 5G rollout making some bumps in the amount of radiation in the air, actually, Scott. But this was curious. And you know what? I found a video on YouTube about the elevated radiation levels in that area, and it was dated back in 2020. So this isn't a this week thing. It's been going on for a long time, and the media seems to be silent about it. So anyway, did I get that shared with you so you could see the close-up?
No, we didn't see the close.
Okay, well, there it is with the close-up, hopefully.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what I would like to know, Scott. Will the cards, the universe, want to tell us any reason about why this elevated radiation isn't getting talked about and dealt with? Number one, if there's some reason that we should know about. And then, because my mind is very curious and speculative, I've also heard some rumors that there are portals, possibly a Stargate in the Seattle area, and it's not to and from a positive place, from a very negative place. So let's see if there's information about that, just, for us. And then let's dig a little deeper and see if there's a connection between these radiation levels and those rumors about portals that are negative in that area. And he had no idea I was doing this either. He has no idea what I'm going to bring up when I come on here, guys. Yeah. So anyway, God bless you, Scott. That's what I want to know.
Okay, so what's the first thing you want to know now?
I guess the first thing, let's see, I would like to know, does the universe want to tell us any information about why this isn't more widely known? Oh. Why it's not being dealt with? Because if someone was doing a video 2 years ago about that elevated radiation and it's still there, why aren't we hearing about it? Why isn't a cleanup going on?
Before I begin, can you explain to me, because maybe the viewers would like to know too, is how dangerous is this?
I didn't dive into that, but as you saw, there's a legend on the side of that, and the red.
I couldn't see. My eyes are really bad. And
okay. Well, if your viewers go and do some double checking on this, there's a legend, and that red and it was only one of two I found in the whole planet a couple of days ago.
Really?
Yeah, and it was for hitting the level of 500, whereas 0 to 50 of whatever they're using for their measure is the green zone.
Uh-huh.
So 10 times past where it's okay.
And do we know, I'm sorry, because I'm very curious. Do we know like how big a radius? Like if you were driving through there, would you be getting irradiated? You don't know. Okay. All right.
I have no idea. You know,
Okay.
like I said, the way I speculate, I even wondered if they were trying to make an environment that was friendly for things besides humans. I don't know. I just thought the cards might be able to tell us a little bit because, like I said, the mainstream won't.
So once again, the question is, why isn't this more widely known?
More widely known. Why isn't it being addressed? Because it doesn't seem to be. I looked for news about elevated radiation in that area of the country, and there was nothing.
Okay, let's take a look. Mm-hmm. Where was the other place, by the way?
It was in England. There was an elevated one in England. And then today, now this screenshot was from a couple days ago. Today, there was one in, I believe Southern California had a spot that was kind of red. But I just thought I'd stick with this because this has been a long-term static red signal.
Okay, let me show you what I got here. And
okay.
I'm going to try to interpret this the best I can. You know, sometimes I just draw a blank on cards. I'll be honest with you with that. So in the past, we have, this is a major source of concern for the powers that are now. It's worrisome, okay, this information. So, now these pentacles here, pentacles represent earth, natural things. I want to say it's natural, something natural in the environment. And we've got the Mr. T card down here and celebrating some sort of victory. I wonder, I know I'm kind of all over the place here. I wonder if there was some type of underground battle that took place there that caused this radiation.
All we can do is speculate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting these pentacles here, and something was completed, something that is with home, you know, or something worldly, okay, with pentacles. And the white hats were involved, and then now they're celebrating. So, and there was a lot of grief over it. So maybe a battle took place, okay, with this emperor down here. A battle took place, and maybe some weapons that they were using.
Well, we know there's been underground fighting, and
they cleaned it out because 10's completed, all right. And this is a happy thing. You know, tens of pentacles are usually about family, community. So
long-term wealth or family wealth.
Yeah, it was something that was good for the community. And it was under the control of the white hats, but they're keeping it a secret, you see?
Till now.
Well, yeah, right. But you know, this isn't going out on the news or anything. It's being kept under wraps. But they celebrated a victory there.
Okay, I'm going to assume that it's being dealt with.
And looks like it was to help the little ones. And
worth it then.
and they're finished, but there must be some remains there. So yeah, I'm doing the best I can here, but looks like there was some kind of military action that happened down
Mhm.
there,
Okay.
and whatever they were using left that radioactivity in its wake.
Okay, and that does take, the half-life of radioactivity is extensive. I mean, it can go decades, hundreds of years. So we don't need to dig further. Let's just leave it at that we've kind of come to an answer on that question of something I was wondering about. And I'm going to say that for tonight, until next time, which will be Tuesday night for me, and then everybody else in the US will see it on Wednesday. That's it from Alaska for me. And thank you for having me on, Scott. And everybody, stay positive, okay? Evil feeds on fear, so stay positive. Picture the world the way you want it, okay? Picture it and then find joy in the world that is. I'll get off my soapbox, but I do think, just like Janine tells us, it's so important to stay positive.
Yeah, on the show that I do with DTC Center, Daiga, she takes a lot of questions from a lot of people, and so many of them are fear based, and I get a little bit annoyed, to be honest with you, that people are still living in this place of fear. They're watching the news, and they get these fears, and yeah, you just gotta live in the moment. If you've got a roof over your head, food to eat, and a safe place to be, then you're lucky. You're one of the lucky ones.
Mm-hmm.
Be happy about that. Be happy about the things you do have.
There is an alliance. They have suffered a lot of grief and losses on our behalf. There are children that are no longer being trafficked, used as commodities. There are good things happening, and we can be part of it. And sometimes that's just by keeping a smile on your face and staying positive and starving the dark energy that wants to feed on fear. Okay, that's it for tonight for me. Good night, Scott.
Well, thanks a lot, Laura. Great job. And I'll see you in a few days. Once again.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.